If you're a fan of Sabine and if you're a fan of the whole Mandalorian thing, then Star Wars Rebels Season 3 Episode 6 is the episode for you. The name of the episode is Imperial Super Commandos, which is like a really cheesy 80s kind of name for an episode, but pretty much covers what on the surface may appear to be just a Sabine side story, but might end up leading to bigger things down the road. I mean, personally, I've talked about this before in previous reviews. I don't find the Sabine-centric episodes that interesting in the previous 2 seasons. Sabine-centric episodes, for some reason, have a hard time keeping my attention. The previous 2 seasons, like I said, kind of had that issue. I tend to focus a lot more on the story of Ezra and Kanan and, kind of the main crew. The previous episode, which aired a couple weeks ago, we got a 1-week break. The last battle episode with the Clone Wars kind of being capped off. With Captain Rex and the droids and everything. I loved that episode because it was basically like a half-hour love fest to the Clone Wars series. That's pretty much what it was. And I knew it would be hard to top that episode. And this one, I don't think topped it. But I would say that this episode was probably a little bit better than the traditional Sabine episodes. But again, that's just me. I know a lot of other people in Star Wars love the Mandalorian lore and the thing with Sabine. But honestly, it's just not my favorite thing. And maybe it's just me, like I said. But if you're into the Sabine Mandalore stuff, then yes, this episode is for you. But the reason why this episode is important is because we actually have a new member of the crew. I'm not really sure if he's going to be a member of the Ghost crew, but he definitely joined the rebellion, and I'm talking about Fenn. The episode ends with him officially joining the rebellion. So there is that. I mean, that is a key thing that I think will factor into something later on. So that definitely needs to be talked about, and it could be an important plot point going forward. Now, in addition to them introducing Fenn as a new rebel, we also have a new villain in the series, and that is, of course, the leader of the Imperial Mandalorians named Gar Saxon. And it's one of those things where I feel like this character was pretty much created just for this episode. I can't really understand why they would bring him back unless they just decide to go back to the Mandalorian stuff. But I feel like this character, he seems like a tough guy. He seems like somebody who could be a problem, but I think he comes off a little bit too much like Grand Admiral Thrawn. Maybe he is more aggressive than Thrawn, but I feel like you could have hot swapped Thrawn into that role for this episode and it wouldn't have been that much different. However, that being said, both of these characters are actually not new to Star Wars. They actually did appear in the comics prior to them being in the series. So I almost feel like the introduction of these characters is now more so like a wink to those who read the comics. Like, here's an Easter egg, we fit them in, and we'll see him again, I think. It's just that I'm having a hard time just trying to figure out what they're going to do with Saxon. But again, I'm not a writer. I don't write for Star Wars Rebels, so it's not my job to think about these things. I did like the fact that Ezra and Chopper got captured, and it was up to Sabine to pretty much make the save for him. I always like when they kind of flip those kind of things, but I do feel like a lot of these episodes are starting to become a little bit repetitive. I feel like there's a lot of people being captured and things like that, and I kind of want the series to not use that as a storytelling crutch so often. They got to spread these things out and have different kinds of episodes. They have to have maybe things where you have different things going on in different locations. Just the whole idea of, character A gets captured and then character B saves them, and then the next episode B gets captured and A saves them. Like, that works for a couple of characters here and there, but I feel like it's used way too frequently in Star Wars Rebels. Again, just my opinion. I did like the episode. I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. It was just kind of just, I guess, just a treadmill episode. Like, I don't want to use the word filler because there's a lot of information and new characters, but it did just come off very, I don't know, I guess average is the word I'm looking for. I liked it when I saw it, but I'll probably never watch it again. That's my opinion, though. Let me know what you think about this episode in the comments down below. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm full of shit? Did you like this episode? I know some other people liked it, but me personally, it was just there. Like, it was just kind of, it was just there. I don't know. We'll see what happens next week, because next week's the Iron Squadron episode. Now I'm looking forward to see what they're doing there. And I do think that with the upcoming episodes, from some of the rumors and teases we've been hearing, there's going to be a lot of good storytelling. I just thought this one kind of just felt like a filler. See, that's the thing that's weird about this one. It really wasn't a filler episode, but it certainly felt like a filler episode. So that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Thank you again for checking out my review of Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 6, and look forward to reviewing the next one. May the Force be with all of you.